Imagine being dumped on a remote island with a bunch of strangers. No shelter, no water, no food, and $1 million on the line. And to be able to win that, you have to outwit, outplay, and outlast all the other strangers that were also dumped on the island with you, and all have the same goal. This is a show called Survivor, which is the greatest reality TV show of all time. Survivor is the greatest show because it's remained relevant over all of its seasons, continuously has adapted to its audience and society, and has offered unmatched depth through strategy, storytelling, and cultural representation. Today I'm going to go along and first talk about Survivor's longevity, then go into how it's evolved and how it stayed the same, consistent, and changed over the years. And lastly, I will talk about its impacts on its viewers and through its storytelling and personal growth stories. To understand why Survivor is the best of the best, you have to look at its longevity. From the first season, which was premiered in the year of 2000, to it now being on its 50th season coming this spring. It has had its consistent viewership and recognizable format throughout the years, while maintaining the core values of the show, which are that have been from season 1 all the way up until season 49 that just aired, which is tribal councils, where someone from the group will get removed from the island and voted out by their fellow survivors. Immunity challenges, where you can gain the reward of being able to stay through the next cycle, and social strategy that can get you voted out on the first day or get you all the way to the end to where a jury picks the winner of Survivor and gets the $1 million. The CBS network has been with Survivor and promoted it and put it out on the network every single year. It hasn't swapped networks or moved around, so CBS is its prime evidence of how it's done so good and that it's going to be consistent and staying from this point on. While it has been consistent in those ways, it also has evolved alongside society. Within the early seasons of being in 2000, being more on the physical survival, where they're dumped in the middle of nowhere with all of what they would have, all their rations, anything that they could ever need, and survive off of that with the 16 people in 2 tribes, and then come together after about 10. Then they're just surviving on their instincts and their skills with a little bit of that social strategic of, yes, I like this person, but they're not strong enough, they don't have the survival ability, so we have to vote them off. Where the modern side of Survivor has gone more towards a strategic, lying alliances, backstabbing, trying to build up a resume to then be that sole survivor and win the game. It really goes down to outwitting, outplaying, and outlasting. They really take into all 3. So yes, the newer seasons are not in the middle of the outback or Africa. They're on the Fiji Islands, but they're going through the same food struggles, same severe weather conditions, but then gaining what they need along the way as they win challenges and immunities and rewards. So it's not easier, just smarter. According to Entertainment Weekly, the reason for Survivor being so continuous and being so popular still is its ability to adapt its gameplay and cast diversity that has really made it still relevant throughout the years, where other TV shows have faded. Beyond the competition, this show has succeeded because of the stories that it tells. In season 3, a survivor won a reward challenge. His name was Lex. He won a Chevy truck, but in that truck was a year supply of medical supplies for a hospital within their area of Africa. And that story alone, they use their platform and then are able to help out the community and give appreciation and respect to where they are and what they're doing. And then, even in season 46, a contestant named Banu, he was a immigrant from India, and he lived in very poor conditions. He explained them to being very similar to the ones that Survivor provide and what they have to go through there. And he decided to use his Survivor journey to really share his story and talk about his hardcomings. And as soon as he became a citizen of the United States, he applied to Survivor, and that's what he wanted to do. So within Survivor, all of these different seasons, there are 50, all these different people showing their culture, showing their representation, and along the way of storytelling of romance, comedy, tragedy, redemption arcs, it has done them all. So today we went through the longevity, consistency, how it's evolved, and its storytelling, and all that has to come with Survivor and why it is the greatest TV show. Survivor doesn't just entertain. It reflects who we are, how we can inspire people to do more, and that nothing is impossible. I know I'm going to apply, and I hope this inspires you too.